anyone can create music, theoretically. Now, if you want to create great music, you need to understand music theory, all right? If you really want to be a great musician, if you really want to understand your craft, if you really want to learn how to write a great song, both lyrically and musically, you got to understand some music theory. Now, for lyricists, that's a little bit different, taking a little bit different path, constructing lyrics, because that is an art in itself. To be a writer, to create great lyrics. I mean, look at Bernie Taupin and Elton John, right? Bernie writes all the lyrics, Elton writes all the music. That combination, of course, created greatness. I mean, look at Elton John's catalog. But when it comes to music, you can create great music. Don't be a button pusher. Don't, go say, oh, I'm a musician. I create music through Suno or Udio or any of these, AI slop programs. No, you want to create real music. Matter of fact, let's get a professional musician to judge whether music is great using Suno or Udio or AI or anything like that. Hey, Johnny, what do you think of Suno? Ah, I agree, man. See, now Johnny doesn't hold back. Johnny doesn't hold back. What about Udio? What do you think? Ah, okay, I see, Johnny. Hey, Johnny, before you go, one more question. What do you think about just AI music in general? Ah, I gotta say, I agree with that guy. I agree with him, 100%. So I just wanted to share with you how I approach some of my songwriting. And trust me, I get it. When you want to create something, you want to create it from the heart. You want it to be fulfilling and just, be inspired. Now, sometimes, actually, it's even more than just sometimes, where you sit down and you're like, I got this great idea. I want to write a song about whatever the topic you want to pick. And then you sit there for hours and you just putting some chords together. It's like, man, it's not happening. I do not feel inspired. I know you've heard, I think it was Stephen King, and some other authors who spend like 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day. They just get up and they write, whether they feel like it or not. They just start writing just to get into the habit and practice of creating. Even if it's crap, they still do it. Same thing with music, sometimes you got to do that. But professional musicians, especially people who score music for movies and film and TV and whatever, that's their job. So they rely on music theory to help create. And I do too. I think about certain chord progressions or things that I want to do. I'll come up with a topic and say, okay, I want to write a song about this. Now, how do I want to construct this? So I wanted to share with you an example. So I'm going to go ahead and let's do this. I'm going to share my screen here because I'm currently doing some work on Your Terms is the name of the song. This is a song that's on the ER album. It's going to be on the ER album. Oh, the ER album? Yeah, right here, right here. It's on the shirt. And this song is about losing my dad, or just reflecting on that whole thing of my dad. And so I knew, okay, well, I wanted to create a really great ballad, so it's going to be a slow song, and I want to create some really impactful a great chord progression for the verse and for the chorus, and a melody line that really pulls on the heartstrings, because that's what's really, really important, and that's what I want to get across. So I do apply some music theory, thinking about what chord progressions are just really, really great. So I pick a key that I want to be in. Okay, so this song is going to be in D minor. And so the progression that I come up with, the verse and the chorus, using music theory, is creating a progression that makes sense, where the verse flows into the chorus and then flows into the verse and then goes into the solo, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I want to play for you a little piece of On Your Terms. Again, the song is not completed yet, but this will at least give you an idea what I'm talking about in regards to music theory. So here's a piece of the song. Thinking back to those days. This is the verse. Loving smile as we
through green grass, sun ablaze, always amazed.
Okay, so there's a verse. So what's going on theoretically in this? Just to show you, stop sharing the screen. I know some of you cannot see that, but that's okay. All right, here we go. So this is what we're doing here. So I'm in the song's in the key of D minor. There's your D minor. All right, so it starts on the 6th chord. So it goes 6 to 1. All right, then it goes back to the 6, and then we go to the 5 chord, because that transition from the 6 to the 5 is I feel very emotionally moving. So you got a major chord to a minor chord, because we're in the key of D minor. All right. So again, I'm utilizing music theory to put together a progression that seems to really pull on the heartstrings that I want to do for this song about my dad, because this is a very emotional song and it's a very personal song. And utilizing music theory will help you construct great songs. All right. So we go from the 6 to the 1 to the 6 to the 5 to the 4, back to the 6, and then we go to the F, which is a 3. So it all makes sense, okay? Now, the chorus, by the way, just to give you a taste of that, starts here, and the chorus will start on the 1, and it'll go to the 3, then to the 7, then to the 5. 7 to the 5 is a great chord change. So check this out. And I'll throw it in. I'll show you the screen again. Here we go.
Stunned on the day I received
Here's your 3.
the call.
There's your 7. Now 5. Ah, nice change. Back. 1
My heart had stopped.
to the
I
3
couldn't breathe.
to the 7.
Don't leave.
Then we're going to go to
Thought I had more time.
see, now we go into 5 down to the 4. Again, makes a very impactful chord change. So music theory is really important. Even if you just get basic, right? You're doing basic music theory. If you understand the key that you're in, and you can even just write it out, you got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8, of course, is the octave. So whatever the key that you're in, just jot out what the chords are. And then you could even research and say, what are some common chord progressions? And some of these progressions are common, but people use them. And the reason why they are common is because they are impactful. And they really make musical sense, and which people really just, even if they don't understand it, the listener may not understand music theory, but they understand that it sounds great, that there's something about it that just really touches their heart. Now remember, a great song is where you have those intangibles, the things that make you feel, not physically but emotionally, the energy, the emotion, the sincerity, and most importantly, the authenticity. This is why AI music sucks, because there is no authenticity, there is no emotion, there is no sincerity, there's no realism to it. It's just computer generated crap, So if you want to write a good song that's really going to make an impact, it's just not going to be some fly-by-night song, because a lot of those songs they're so formulaic. And the other thing about it is that it sounds AI. It sounds, sometimes music sounds too perfect. And I know even when musicians are playing and then they go back and they're editing, or they have their editor or their engineer or whoever, even, with famous bands, popular bands, there's so much editing, which you can do, of course, but it becomes so like perfect that it sucks the life energy out of the song. One thing that I'm really conscious of for the ER album is, even if there are some, pitchiness, or maybe there's even a little mistake, or maybe if the, guitar solo I'm playing, like the note isn't exactly the way I wanted it, or, like going back and trying to perfect it so it's very mechanical and robotic sucks the life out of it. And I am very conscious about keeping the music real, letting the musicians do their thing. If there's something that sounds, live, yeah, man, that's great because you're hearing it for real. And when I go out on tour, I want you, the fan, to understand and hear the music as it was recorded, and hear those little idiosyncrasies, right? Hear those little nuances that make the song, what it is. And this is why I love you guys. This is why you guys are such badass fans, because most of you are loving the music that I do, and I really appreciate that. You like the progressiveness of it, you like the industrial energy of it, but you also love the softness and the emotion of it as well. It's not just all, progressive rock, though I know a lot of you people, love Pink Floyd and Rush and Genesis and Yes, and even Linkin Park and Tool, and some of these other bands that are out there. It's awesome because those bands are real. They're putting, especially the older bands, like Pink Floyd and those types of bands, like the musicianship is real. Queen, the musicianship is real. There's no, there was no auto tune, at least when they recorded it. Of course, with the re-releases, they've been doing auto tuning to Freddie's voice, which is like sacrilege as far as I'm concerned. But they didn't need it back then, and that's the sign of a true musician. And that's why I love you guys, because you appreciate great music, real music. Not, so. Don't be a button pusher. Learn how to play music. Learn some music theory, because theoretically, you can make great music, okay? You really can. So that's my message for you today. Be a musician and appreciate, even if you're not, appreciate those people who are great musicians, who work hard at their craft, who learn the skills to put out really, really great stuff, all right? And don't just be sucked into the AI slop, and don't be one of those button pushers. You're not even a computer programmer. You're just a button pusher if you're doing music on Suno or Udio or any of those AI slop music. And remember what Johnny says. That's right. That's right. That's what he says about music. That is fake. All right. So go for the real stuff. And again, thank you for following. Subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell, like the video, check out the other videos that I have here, and I do appreciate your support. And before I let you go, of course, as always, when you're out and about in the world, smile at a stranger, say hello to them, all right? Give them a compliment, because that small gesture of kindness can make the world a difference in somebody's life. So be a life changer. You can do it. Spread some positivity in this world, all right? Thank you for following my musical journey. I've got songs already lined up for single releases that are going to be happening before I release the full ER album. So stay tuned for that as well. And again, check out the links in the description, because I got the fan community on Facebook, which is a private fan group, which I do special things in that group for the fans. There's also the VIP fan list. Get in on that, and check out laneslaire.com. Plus, I got some really cool merch. Man, pick up the ER shirt. Yeah, it's cool. And other great things as well. So with that, my friends, have a great week. We'll talk to you on the next episode of Raw and Unfiltered.